Hi everyone. So today I want to talk about one topic in motion in one dimension, and that topic is how to use correct equations of motion. There are four equations of motion which are used in motion in one dimension, which is written here also. The first one is v is equal to u plus at, 2 s is equal to ut plus half at square, 3 v square plus v square is equal to u square plus 2as, and fourth one is s equal to u plus v upon 2 multiplied by t. All these equations are for constant acceleration, that you keep in mind. It is not applicable for variable acceleration. So that should be clear to everyone. Now let's try understanding how to use these equations. Look at the first equation. Which all variables it has? V, u, a and t. Okay. Let's look at the second one. Which all variables it has? S, u, t and a. Third equation, variables are v, u, a and s. Fourth equation, variables are s, u, v and t. What you are noticing that all these equations are having four variables. There is another unique thing which you need to understand. If you just look at all these equations, how many total variables these equations deal with? Let's write that. If I just take the first set, then v, u, a and t are these four variables. In the next set I come, then it is s. U gets repeated, t gets repeated, a gets repeated. You look at other equations also, only these variables will be appearing. So there are total 5 variables dealing with equations of motion. In that, in any equation, there are 4 variables involved. So one way of using the correct equation is that you look at the set of the given variable values and what is to be found. Combination of that should be having all those 4 variables. For example, in a given problem statement, final velocity v is given, initial velocity u is given and acceleration is given, and you are told to find the time. So 3 are given variables and to be found variable is t. So then you can use this equation. Likewise, if in the given problem statement you are given the displacement s, acceleration a and t and u to be found out, then you can use this equation. So one way of handling this is that write down the given variables, write down what is to be found out and see which all variables are there, all 4 variables, which equation can be used, which is containing all those 4 variables. This is one way of handling the right equation to be chosen for solving the problem. Okay. Another way of handling, as I told you, that there are total 5 variables only available. Okay. Now let's take the first case. V is equal to u plus at. 4 variables which are present in the equation. Then what is the missing variable in this? S is the missing variable, right? Similarly, in this one, final velocity v is the missing variable. In this one, what will the missing variable? T is the missing variable, right? In this one, what is the missing variable? S, u, v, t. So a is the missing variable, right? So if you have to choose the correct equation of motion, then you can also decide by looking at the missing variable. Then you will have to only focus on only one area. You have the number of variables were given and to be found. What is missing? Basis that you can decide which is the correct equation to use. Okay? So these are 2 approaches of choosing the right equation of motion to be used in a particular problem statement. Now we will also see with one example that how these equations of motion can be used and how we can choose the correct equation. Okay, so let's try solving this problem. A ball starting from rest rolls down an inclined plane with a uniformly accelerated motion of 5 meter per second square. And we have to calculate first its velocity at the end of 10th second, and second the distance it travels in 10 seconds. Let's try solving this. First part, what is given? Ball is starting from rest. It means the initial velocity is equal to 0. And it is having uniformly accelerated motion of 5 meter per second square, means acceleration is 5 meter per second square. We have to calculate its velocity at the end of 10th second, means time is equal to 10 second. And we have to find out the final velocity. Now from the given set, if you look at u, a and t are given and v is to find out. So combination of all these variables is like this. Now basis this combination, the correct equation to be used is v is equal to u plus at. There is another way of identifying this from the missing variables. We have talked about 5 variables involved. S is the missing variable. So from that also we can identify that this is the correct equation to be used. Now let's start putting the values. V is already in the left side, which we have to find out. U is equal to 0, A is 5 and T is 10. Therefore this becomes 50 meter per second. That is the final velocity it will achieve at the end of 10 seconds. Now a student may think of that why can't I use this equation? V square is equal to u square plus 2as. Okay, let's see what problem it creates. Let's start putting the values. U is equal to 0, so 0 square is equal to 0, plus 2 into a is 5 into s. So v square will then become equal to 2 into 5 into s. Now here is the problem. You have one equation, but you have two unknowns, v and s. You can't solve two unknowns with only one equation. Therefore, you have to choose the correct equation to be used. Okay? Now let's try applying the same concept and solving the second part of the problem. Okay? Now in the second part, again u is equal to 0 because the ball is starting from rest. Acceleration is 5 meter per second square. At the end of 10 seconds, I have to find the distance traveled. So t is equal to 10, and now the unknown which I have to find out is the distance traveled. So from the set of given and to be found out, what all variables are there? U, A, T and S. From this set then I can identify the correct equation to be used is S is equal to ut plus half at square. Now let's try putting the values, but before that let's identify the missing variable approach also. In this case the fifth variable is v, and v is missing. From that also we can identify that this is the correct equation to be used. Now let's start putting the values. U is equal to 0, so 0 into 10 plus half into 5 into 10 the whole square. Okay? With this we can then say this is 0 plus half into 5 into 100 and 2, and this becomes 50, so this becomes 250 meter. So now it is clear to you that how we have to identify the correct equation. Now with these two parts and the approach which we have taken, you should be absolutely clear how to identify the correct equation to be used. Thank you.